Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. I am back again for your February 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius. Sorry, my light is doing something really funky. I'm gonna move it. There we go. What is in the background? Oh, I see. That's my coat. Looks kind of funny when you look at it that way. Anyways, I'm kind of under the weather. I have a little bit of a cold. So if I start using my tissues and sniffling, that's why. It's not, well, I mean, I may start crying. It's just typical of me, but chances are it's just my nose. So anyways, this is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius. My lovely fire, half man, half horse archers. You're the archers of the zodiac. And you're my go-getters. So I'm also doing private readings. I'm letting everybody know I am doing a new half cord cutting, half tarot reading session. It's 90 minutes and it's $100. I'm still doing my 1 hour and 2 hour sessions, 75 and 150. So just the 1 hour is just 75. 2 hours would be 150. And then I am still doing the yearly, which is 250, and it's a 12-month overview. I would do February 2015 through February 2016 if you ordered it in February. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my update. So let's see what you guys have for February. These are I'm a little bit late. Sorry, that looks really weird. I have boxes in the background. A little bit late coming out with these. I've been really busy with private clients, and I've got a lot going on. But apparently so do you, Sagittarius. Apparently so do you. A lot of the signs right now have a lot of responsibilities, a lot on their plate. And I just want to say I'm wearing my lovely little frogs, that I'm sending you financial prosperity and happiness, okay? Everybody needs more financial prosperity, I feel like, in the month of February. So what's kind of going on with you? Let's talk about the past. Well, let's talk about the past first. You have a little bit of what I call, you almost have what you might say like a wall starting to form. Any more negativity that comes into your life, and I would start to say you've got a little bit of a wall. And Sagittarius, I don't like to see this for you, but this needs to be remedied. And we need to talk about it. The track that you're on, let's just start to say, the track that you're on is a new start. Starting over. It's a fresh start. Maybe doing more with music. This is, it's a new day. It's like starting over in the morning and being, okay, it's a new day, and I'm going to do things differently than maybe I've done them before in the past. I'm going to make an honest-to-gosh effort to make things different. That's your thinking. That's the track that you're on. That's the way you're going. Way to forge ahead, Sagittarius. Way to forge ahead. The thing is that as you forge ahead, you start to really ramp up speed, and you're going too fast, and you're spinning your wheels, and you're very focused on this goal. It's interesting. I think Taurus got this as well. You may be in a relationship with a Taurus too. The two of you are sort of syncing up as far as going so fast and being so focused on one track that you're not doing all the other stuff that's important. You're not stopping to smell the roses. You're not making chocolate milk at midnight when you really have that craving. You know, I don't know where that comes from, but anyways, you're not doing stuff that you would enjoy, you know? It's sort of just like you've resigned yourself to working on your goal or your goals or your to-do list, and that's all your life is your to-do list. And I'm taking a little sip of this stuff. It's called Chestal Honey. It's amazing stuff. Really good for throat issues. I love it. Yeah, you're just not, your life is not business. Life is not a to-do list. Life is not a never-ending to-do list. It's good to be structured. I feel like Pisces can take a page out of your to-do list book. At the same time, it's overly structured. It's overly controlled. It's all overly it's obsessive. It's obsessive, and you need to slow down and smell the roses and go for maybe walks along the beach, or if you're on the West Coast or even in Florida. You know, I have clients who are all over the world. So wherever you are, you know, take a walk, slow down. Do not, I feel like you're in like hyperdrive and you're going to burn out. And that's not what I want for you, okay? Because when you go into hyperdrive and you're over ramped up, you're spinning and spinning, you eventually burn out. You start to get sick. Look at me, I burned out. I did too much, you know, I did way too much in one day, you know. And the thing is, I got my Capricorn ascendant, and you know, people that have strong Capricorn in your chart too, this could be you. Just making a crazy list of things to do and doing it all, you know. And you need to know your limits. You know, don't try to do everything all in one day. The thing is, it's good to get things done. Then give yourself a little bit of a breather. You know, take a break. Relax. Listen to music. Just stop focusing so much on this goal. Maybe you need to what's coming to me is you need to let the winds of heaven dance in your life. You need to let the angels kind of get in there. There needs to be a little crack, okay, of a little window open for the angels to get in so that they can help you. If your life is so tight and so shut, there's no space. If you're going so fast, there is no space for the angels to work in your life. It's just, you're square. You're square, and it's tight, and it's very, even though you're going around in circles, you're still in this square. Your life is square. It's airtight, it's sealed, and nothing's coming in and nothing's going out. And the reason is because you're so in hyperdrive and you're so focused that you're not slowing down enough to let the angels in. You're not relaxing enough to let the angels in. You gotta relax. You gotta chill out. I feel like Sagittarius has the most difficult time relaxing than other signs. As strangely enough as that sounds. Sagittarius has a lot of drive and a lot of fire, and it needs to cool off. Every now and then, it just needs to kind of just like, you know, settle down, come back down to earth. You know, I mean, you're like a rocket blasting off, and you're going to Mars, but it's not the right destination point. Maybe you're supposed to go to Venus instead. You know what I'm saying? So you need to really pay attention to your surroundings, to how fast you're going through things. Usually Sagittarius misses stuff. They miss what's right in front of them. They miss the obvious, okay, because they're so focused. So just pay attention, kind of get a little bit of perspective. If you never slow down, you will not have any perspective on your life. And it won't matter in the end, because you will have learned nothing, and you'll have gone through life on this quest to get all these things done, and it'll just be about nothing. What's good is the checklist if you never take time to enjoy what you've already accomplished? That's a thought for you. Okay, so moving on. Let's look at this wall. Because this wall is very much issue. In the distant past, starting with the distant past, it's interesting because I was saying, you know, you're very tight right now. Now I had a difficult time breaking the news to a client about this. Okay, this is someone who, this is the miser in reverse. Instead of being, you know, kind of closed and self-focused and inwardly focused and, you know, having issues with money and wanting to hang on to money and being very tight with money, this is the next level. This is being exceptionally holding on so tightly, holding on to money at all costs. This is refusing to give to others, even if you could, refusing. This is bad investments. This is losing it all when it comes to finances. And this is in the distant past. So maybe in the past, you had nothing. You had absolutely nothing. Maybe you lost a lot of money in an investment, or maybe, you know, you grew up in a very poor household where money was very tightly controlled by your parents or by, you know, your guardian or whatever. And it was just, you did not have control over it. So now you hang on to it very tightly. Now, for you to give something to someone is a big deal. You're willing to accept, but giving back is very challenging for you. And all that I can say here is this is not a good foundation. This is a problematic foundation. This is being so tight. Again, you're not open to what the universe can hand to you. You need to open up and say, I am the channel for money. I am abundant. I am healthy. I am whole. I have an overflowing bank account. You know, just say it. I have an overflowing bank account, and money will come to you. And think about giving to others. Think about what you could do to give back. Even if you don't still have the money, the kind of money that you want, think about giving back. Maybe you're on a very tight budget, you know, but you need to start thinking about being giving, because it's a vicious cycle. You were raised with nothing. Now you're in a very closed-fisted kind of way because you're taught never to give. You didn't have it to give. So now you're just like, how can I be giving when I didn't have anything to begin with? Or maybe you feel like you still don't have anything to begin with, but maybe you do. Re-examine what you have in your life. Re-examine your finances. Maybe you'll find $5 to give back to something, somewhere. It's part of the negativity. It's part of the trickle-down system. It's part of what you've inherited from your parents and your grandparents. From the wars that were started over stupid shit. That's what we've inherited. Debts and worry and scarcity and concern about all that stuff. When really, we need to trust the universe and say, I am the channel for abundance. Money is a flowing river coming into me. That's it. Don't worry about hanging on to it. Start to just think about letting go. If you need to meditate with your arms and palms up every single day for 5 minutes, do it. Then we have Devil right next to the very greedy miser. It's not good. This has created someone who, so from this came this, and now you are chained to money. You are chained to the devil. Devil is all that is tempting and worldly and selfish. And it's being a slave to those desires. You can also have sexual temptations. Maybe you're tempted to sleep with people. It manifests in addictions. You may be addicted in a way to things. You may have like an addictive personality where it's like it's never enough. it's never enough to fill the greed inside, or that emptiness that you felt for so long inside. It could be that what I'm getting is where there was no love, there was greed. So maybe your parents had a love for money, but they didn't have a love for you. They showed their money, and their drive for money was so strong. They didn't spend enough time with you, or they didn't care for you, and they didn't love you in the way that you needed to be loved. And so you've become a little bit like them in that sense, that you have an addictive personality. It's never enough to fill the void, that addictive void. You could be dealing with somebody who has addictions. This is, if you're a girl, you're chained to the devil. Okay, there's a cord of attachment there between you and this person. The devil is generally a Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, male. Okay, could be any of the signs too, though. Devil can be everyone, or anyone. If you're a guy, you're the devil, and you have addiction problems, and you have temptations and strong urges and desires to fill those, and you're very selfish, because you have this exceptionally greedy and selfish together too. So to me, you're very, very greedy and selfish. Now, I'm not saying that in like calling you out kind of way. I'm saying that as this is what the cards are saying, and this is what's coming through. This is the truth. So if you don't feel that way, it could be just that you're closed. You're very, very introverted. You don't open up to anybody. You're maybe very, very shy, or you're doing a job just for money, and you've become enslaved by it. You know, you're not happy anymore because you're doing a job just for money. Those are actually in the best sense. In the worst sense, you're very greedy and very selfish, and you want to keep everything for yourself. If you don't feel that way, then it's the other. It's just the other. It's being very closed off to the world and very introspective, and maybe you've been in a relationship where they've isolated you. So maybe at one point you were very closed off, and now you're like completely trapped. Maybe you feel trapped in a relationship of some sort. So we've got that. Then we've got this struggles and obstacles card, which is a yes card, but I still see it as being a negative card. It's tough. It's not the worst card in the deck, but this is you beating the world up with a stick. Things are piling up. You've got bills to pay. You've got rent. You've got your mortgage. You've got car payments. You've got all this shit, and you're just trying to get through it, and it just seems like it's a lot. Because of that, you've gone into hyperdrive mode. You've gone into, I've got to get shit done. I've got to take care of this. I've got to take care of that. And I got to do it all. And I got to do it all in a day. And it's not working for you having that panic. You're going into panic mode. And it's not working for you to be working on, I call it working on your life, where you're just, in your time off, you're working. You're working on getting things organized and your to-do list. And yes, it's good that you're working on this pile of crap, but you don't have to do it all at once. Who cares if one bill isn't paid? And if it means you're still this enslaved. I feel like you're still enslaved to work and to bills and to money. And you're just like, I've got to do this and I've got to pay that and I've got to be here and I'm not there. And it's just, you're getting caught in that trap, and you are trapped. I need to break out of it. You need to say, screw it. I'm going to pay this bill. I'm going to pay this bill, and screw the rest for right now, and I'll think about it later, because you're going into a state of mind that's not healthy for you. It's better to stop and smell the roses than be in panic mode over your bills. Because that's trusting. That's trusting. It's a different vibe. It's a different feeling. So Sorry, my nose is starting to run. It's not good. So anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so then what you don't see coming is another part of this wall, okay, of negativity, of just lots of crazy stuff, which is the Two of Swords, which is a standoff between you and somebody else, which is you're offering your heart to this person and this person is rejecting you. It's rejection. It's feeling like you want the guy to call you and he's ignoring you. He's gone into the man cave. He's become scared. He's a bloody wanker. This is a situation in which you cannot win, okay? You can't force it. You can't make it happen. You can't put this on your to-do list and check it off at the end of the day. This is something that just is. If you try to push forward, Sagittarius, it will end badly. Worse than it all. Then it could go back in your favor. He could come out of the man cave, but you got this card later down the line, which is the reverse of the waiting card. So it says, to wait for a guy to come back disempowers you. It's time to move on. You must. So I would not wait for this wanker to come back. Period. Although it's this negative energy that adds to the wall that's starting to happen here. And then to kind of make it all a little bit even worse, feels really like shitty. You got the Moon card, which is being lost, feeling lost, being depressed, feeling like, you know, where are you going? What track are you on? Are you going in the right direction? And this is feeling lost. You could be heading in the right direction, but it's feeling very lost. You don't know where you are. You don't know where you're going. You're going around in circles in your head. What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to do it? You know, when am I going to finally get some money to pay my bills? You know, you're going around and around. Should I switch careers? Should I do something different? Should I move? You know, you're just going around in circles. You're not getting anywhere. And the thing about this card is you need to do what you love. You need to wear your heart on your sleeve, be a real person, and do what you love. If you're not doing what you love, if you are doing what you love, there's an element of it that you're not revealing. There's a part of yourself that you're not revealing to the world, and you need to reveal that person. You've also gone down this path because it's sort of like what others expect you to do. You need to do what you want. At any time, you could easily step out of this little fairy ring, out of this worrisome circle in your head, take 2 steps or 3 in a different direction, ask for help, and you'll be on your way into a much better place. It won't be maybe the ideal for you. You know, maybe you're so stuck on this goal and this ideal that you don't see any other options, and there are other options, and there are other paths to take, and all those paths will lead you, chances are they're going to lead you to your goal anyways. They'll just be easier, and they'll be you will be where you need to be. You need to ask for help, but you need to make up your own mind and say, I'm going to switch tracks. I'm going to go a different direction. Not necessarily, doesn't have to be radically different than what you're doing now. It just has to be something that you love. It has to be the real you, and it has to be where instead of being focused on having to go this one direction, you can go a different one. To me, this is a wall. You and Gemini have a wall. And to me, it feels like you are blocked from the positive outcome, which would be the Page of Swords, which is actually being lifted up out of hardship because of your attitude. Because you're waiting on romance. You're waiting on a guy who I don't feel is deserving. I feel like the guy is selfish, greedy, doesn't want a relationship with you, and you're pursuing it anyways. You want it anyways. For some reason, you want it anyways. And you have another guy coming in, but I don't feel like you're really looking in this direction. You're looking away from this guy. So this is not the guy that you're wanting. There's a new guy, but that's not who you want. You want somebody else. The new guy would have potential with, but it's not who you want. So you're trying to, what would be in my message here is you're trying to work your will. You're trying to get your way. You're trying to force things. And you need to not do that, because when you do that, it's causing you issue. And I told Gemini, I said, Gemini, if you continue to head in this direction without changing your ways, then what'll happen is you'll just keep attracting in negativity. You're heading down this very negative path, and you need to switch tracks, or else it'll all become negative. And you are in danger of that happening. You're already in danger of not getting to a positive outcome because of all this negativity. Normally, I see a way for you to get around it. And it is still possible. But I feel like you're attempting to work your will. You want this one guy. Universe is sending you another. In order for you to get to the positive outcome, you need to embrace the new guy. See the potential there. You need to stop waiting. So it is possible that you can get to the positive outcome. However, you have all this other stuff we need to get through first. And it seems very much like, it's going to be a very big challenge. And the month of February is going to be a lot of hard work. And it's going to take patience, and it's going to take you slowing down, doing one thing at a time, not working on a crazy long list, not, trying to force your way into whatever it is you're trying to force, or force your way in a relationship, or love just needs to happen. Love just needs to happen. It needs to happen naturally. I feel like you've gotten desperate. Sagittarius have a little bit of desperation because they've got that fire energy again. That fire, that desire, for something real. And I get it, but it needs to be with the right person. And maybe you haven't met that person yet. And maybe the person this is coming in, this is the Knight of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, male. He has, some emotional issues. He may have another girlfriend. He may be dating around. Why is he coming in? Maybe he's there to teach you something. Maybe you are going to have a real relationship with him. You need to let things kind of play out and see where it goes. But my feeling is you're just going to continue. Once you click off this video, you're just going to say, but I really want to be with this other guy. I really do. And you're just going to pine, and you're going to continue going down that path, or you're just going to continue going in circles in your head. I really want this guy. Why can't I find a real guy? Why? And the universe is sending you somebody real. So it just feels like very much like you need to snap out of it. Okay? Snap out of it. The past is the past. You've been dealing with the greed and the devil. Maybe this is you. Maybe this is somebody else in your life, or maybe this is half and half. Or some people are had a very tough upbringing, and some of you are chained to your job or chained to money, and some of you are dealing with somebody else like that. Okay, but it's still negativity that you have to deal with. Okay, because it still colors the reading. You don't have a foundation of prosperity and happiness. You have a foundation of greed and being very, very closed off and not wanting to be giving. And so that needs to go away. And you need to switch tracks. You need to really switch tracks and say, you need to figure out where is it that you want to go. And you need to ask for help. And you need to go in that direction. rather than saying, why can't I get there? Why is it never working out? Why is it like I'm continuously going around in circles, you know? Because it feels for you emotionally like you're not getting anywhere. That's why you're going into hyperdrive mode, because you want to get somewhere. You're like, I need to get to this. I need to get to this goal. I need to feel like I am here and I've arrived, and you're not there. And you're like, why can't I get there? And you're going down the wrong track. You're so emotionally dependent on the outcome that you can't see anything else in the middle. Nothing else, none of this other shit matters. I'm going to hold these cards up to you because this is all negative shit. And it should matter. These other things should matter. Okay? We got this part of the wall. We got the lost. We got the miser. The exceptional miser. We got the standoff. We got the pile of shit. We got the devil. There's only one other negative card if we added it in, which would be a complete shit festival, which would be the liar, cheater, and thief card. And I'm really glad that we didn't get that for you, because then I'd be extremely worried about you. This would be a time for you to start over. And you got that starting over card. It is time to start over and rethink some things. That's the main focus for you in February. It is starting over. It is making up your mind. But the path that you've been going down is not the one for you. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to go off crazy, all half-cocked, and you know, become a circus performer. You know, if you're an accountant right now, I'm not saying that, but you need to re-examine your choices, re-examine all the stuff that's happening in your life, and really do some reflection before you make any moves. And then when you make your move, be confident that that move is a better direction, and trust that it will be. And if it's not, well, then you know that it's karma, you know. But don't let this obsession with this guy or girl, okay, for that matter, block you from being lifted out of the hardship that you've been in for so long. It's time. And you're blocking it. Why? Because you want a guy. Maybe you want a guy who's unavailable. Maybe you want a guy who's emotionally unavailable. Maybe, and you're blocking it. So you need to let that go. I know this is a longer video for you guys, but sometimes, you know, when I see these walls of negativity, it really worries me, you know. So that's all for right now, Sagittarius. I send you lots of love and big hugs and big kisses. And I wish you the very best in February. And message me if you have any questions. And I'm sorry if I can't get to everyone as far as comments, responding to everyone. There's just so many. But I read everything, and I appreciate all your lovely comments. And thank you for being such great subscribers. So I will see you guys again soon. Stay tuned for more. Take care.